In this video, I'm going to show you a really easy way to get started optimizing backlinks to your website. But what is a backlink? Well, if you think about how you might refer a friend to a product or service that you find interesting or helpful or useful, that's a word of mouth referral. And similarly, on the internet, a link from website A to website B acts in the same kind of way. It's like a word of mouth referral from the first website to the second website. And so when you're linking from one site to another, you're demonstrating that there's value in the visitor moving from website A to website B. It might be that there's more useful information, a more in-depth article or resource, or there might be a product that someone might be recommending where they're linking to a site where it can be purchased. When it comes to search engine optimization, backlinks are really important for growing your search visibility because a search engine is looking for clues about how important your website is compared to your competitors. And a backlink is a great way of demonstrating that you're an expert, that there's information on your website which is different perhaps from that on your competitors' websites, or that there's a resource that's really worth someone moving away from the first website to visit the second website. So the more backlinks you can have to your website, the better it is really. The more chance you have of demonstrating your expertise and becoming more visible for search terms and phrases which are important to you and your particular business and your particular sector. So to demonstrate this, I've got a page open on my website here. I've got a link here to Zapier.com. This is not a well-optimized backlink. It's literally the domain name. So it doesn't really describe anything about the content that someone might find if they were to click on the link. Of course, within this article, that's fine. The context is provided within the flow of the text around this link, and I'm not really worried about optimizing a link to Zapier.com. I don't think they need my help in becoming more visible to their target audience. But I've got an example of a different link here on a different article. This one is to the website Carbon Calculator. And again, it's the same kind of link. It's the name of the website, but it does also describe what the website provides. It provides a way of calculating the carbon impact of web pages. And so that phrase, website Carbon Calculator, provides some context for the link. It describes to the visitor what they're going to find if they click on the link, but it also helps search engines understand why this link is valuable and why it's worth me redirecting a visitor who's currently on my website to this other website. What is it that they're offering that I can't offer on my own website, for example? A really simple way of managing and optimizing your backlinks is to use Bing Webmaster tools. Many of us use Google Search Console for tracking things like search impressions, clicks, click-through rates, but Bing offers a different suite of tools with some nice enhancements on what Google offers, and case in point is their backlinks dashboard. So you can click through once you've registered your website with Bing Webmaster Tools, which is free to do. It's quite straightforward, and once you've done that, you'll get lots of information then about how Bing is perceiving your website. And you can click through on the backlinks section, and it will first give you a list of all the domain names where your site is being linked to from. For me, obviously, there's lots of client websites in there, sites that I've designed and built, and I've included a link back to my own website from the footer of those websites. And so you can see the list of websites here that are linking back to my site, as well as the number of links that Bing has found over on the right-hand side. Another interesting way of understanding the data is to look at the anchor texts report. So here you'll see what text has been used to provide the link back to your website. And of course, as I demonstrated with the link to Zapier.com, it's a valid link. It'll take a user from site A to site B, but it doesn't really describe anything of the content which exists on site B or why I'm offering a link to that website. And when we're trying to optimize our websites, it's important that we provide some context and some additional information. And a really good way to do that is by thinking more creatively about the anchor text that we're using within our links. And so for me, I'm trying to avoid using just hello technology, because people who know my business name already will have no trouble finding me. If they search for hello technology or hello technology Whitby, they'll find me. They'll easily find their way to my website. But I want to attract customers who don't already know about my business, who are maybe looking for a web developer, web designer, marketing support, that kind of thing. So as I'm looking down this list, I'm thinking, how can I optimize these anchor texts to better represent what I offer my customers and improve my search ranking as a result? And you can see here that there's a lot of links there for website design, but there's also a lot there for hello technology, and these are the ones that I'm now purposefully going back to and optimizing in order to change the text and provide a bit more information to the search engines, but also to people who might be clicking the link in order that they better understand what it is that I offer. And if I click on Hello Technology, it will show me a list of pages which use that anchor text as the link back to my website. And I can use that information now to go to that client site, to update the link, to change the anchor text to be something that's that better describes what I offer, perhaps in relation to that website. So it might be WordPress development, it might be Shopify development, it might just be website design or graphic design or logo design. And then I can link back to my website, perhaps to the homepage or perhaps to a service page where anyone who's clicking that link will find more information about what I'm offering. If you're struggling to think about how you might get backlinks, then think about the businesses that you work alongside, not competitors, but businesses which are kind of tangential to yours. So you might want to think about, if you're an accommodation provider, for example, speaking to some attractions or restaurants or takeaways and seeing if you can swap links with them so that they're recommending your accommodation website to their customers and you're recommending their restaurant or takeaway to your customers. Pay attention to the words that you use as the anchor text. Make sure that they're optimized for the kinds of search phrases that you want to be found for. And yeah, then go ahead and see if you can obtain as many backlinks as possible in order to boost your domain authority, to demonstrate that you're an expert in your field, and to potentially draw many more visitors to your website. And of course, hopefully they'll become customers of your business. If you want to talk to me about any of this, if you want any support getting set up with Bing Webmaster Tools, Google Search Console, or want a bit more information about how you might optimize your website for search, then feel free to get in touch. I'd be glad to have a chat with you about that.